I often imagine what this world was like thousands of years ago, when our ancestors lived in harmony with the earth. So much has changed over the vast unknown history of humans. But one thing that is clear is that the further along time went, the further we became disconnected from nature. The price of that is something that I think we feel every single day in our own individual ways. And so I'm often pretty blown away by the people who reconnect to the sacredness of what it means to be on this earth. My name is Chelsea Putnam, and I've been searching the earth for the answer to one question. What does it take to live a fulfilling life? Along the way, I found people who transcend the norm and devote their whole lives to what makes them happy. Those who use their passion as a compass, follow the spark of their creativity, and find fulfillment from the inside out. These are their stories, and this is Made on Earth. Chocolate. It's a modern treat that everyone loves, but almost no one knows the dark side of how most of it is made, or the history that turned something that was once so sacred into something commercialized. It was a mystery to me until I reconnected with an old friend who told me she'd been spending her days creating art, harvesting cacao from trees, and handcrafting it into chocolate. Kehau emanates a deep fulfillment, so much so that I knew that there must be more to the story of chocolate and how it can help us find fulfillment in each of our lives.
You just snip. There you go. Once they turn golden, like a lantern goes off inside, that's when they're ripe.
Do you feel like you have a different relationship with each of the trees?
Well, I think that they're all very unique. It's the same kind of thing to harvest from one tree as it is to harvest from the next tree, but they're all so different. Like they have their own personalities almost in the way that the pods grow and taste. Like you can taste the difference in the fruit. Oh, beautiful. This land has taught me so much about Earth and being a part of it and what we can do when we put our energy into the Earth. There's a sense of peace here that has been an element of my life that I've been working to reclaim, having grown up in a very masculine-dominated overculture. I've had to fight for this feminine nature to come through, and that rest and that gentle being of love. There's so much that the human hands in combination with nature can do. There we have 5 from today.
This is the cacao, which will now be fermented for 5 days, laid out to dry for about 2 to 3 weeks, and brought inside to officially be made into chocolate. This process takes several days of focused work, from roasting the beans to grinding them, and then the tedious step of separating the shells from the nibs. We spent hours and hours together, slowing down and being present with the chocolate.
It's a lot of work bringing the cacao from the fruit even to the bean before it gets crushed and turned into chocolate. It's like a little child that you're raising through this kind of 10-step process. And that definitely has given this whole deeper level of reverence to my relationship with the chocolate.
A special thing happens when you make something by hand. It changes you. And so, as we spent hours and hours, I started to wonder to myself, how did we get so disconnected from this process in the first place? How did we go from the sacredness of cacao to Hershey's bars?
In the Olmec, Mayan, and then Aztec world, gift of chocolate was a gift from one of the gods to humankind. It's always sacred because it was essential. It was just a part of life. It was a celebration drink that was made when something special was happening. It was warriors' energy food before they went out to fight. It was so widely in demand all the time that it was a currency. When the conquistadors from Spain came and landed in Mexico City, which was the capital of the then great Aztec Empire, as colonizers eventually took over by force and led to the demise, ultimately, of the entire Aztec Empire and turned to commodifying cacao as a crop, it crossed the ocean and came into Europe, where it was then trickled down into society. And then it was very watered down and sweetened to become this sweet treat that came into the hands of everybody. And the reason that it could do that was because of some of the problems that still kind of haunt the production of cacao, which is slave labor and exploitative labor practices around cacao that started way back when the colonizers first came to South America. And the people liked the cacao, so they came, they took it. They created systems for taking it. That's definitely a part of why we make it with such like a small scale practice and with so much reverence, is to kind of be the next era of change. Pour well, dear chocolate. There's a deeper self within the shell of our bodies that I think only comes out when she's safe to. Sometimes it takes making a cup of cacao for myself and then stopping my body, sitting down and breathing in that chocolate for my wise self, my higher self to come out. For me, it's the ritual of carving that time for myself, of offering myself the good medicine. There's like a life force behind it. It gives me the energy to fuel my life and to fuel my dreams. That's why I like working with it. It is work. It's holy work, though. That love and that feeling of belonging and being whole, which the taste and feeling of chocolate, I think, can do. It's just essential. I humbly hope that the chocolate that we make here and that anybody listening to this can take away from this is, you belong here. And we are loved by something divine, and that something divine is the earth herself.
We can't go back. to the time before all of these innovations. But who would want to? Because, as I see it, the future is not a return to the past, but rather a return to the sacred. It's bringing reverence into all of the little moments of our lives, which gives us a deeper sense of fulfillment and ripples out into the world around us. And to me, chocolate is a really wonderful place to start.